Hi, this is Amy Lewis. This is Engineers Unplugged. Hi, this is Amy Lewis, and we're doing a very special episode of Engineers Unplugged. I'm here with my friend Simon.
Hi Amy, how you doing? Always good to see you.
Great to see you as well. We're actually sitting down for once and calming it down a little bit and going, Engineers Unplugged interview style, because Simon and I were just chatting about hands-on labs and labs in general, because Simon is running the hands-on lab here at EMC World this year. Is that correct?
That's right, Amy. Yeah, so this year, once again, we're doing 200 seats here at the labs. 31 different labs people can come in and sit. All cloud-based. It's all based out of our Durham data center on the east coast of the US there. Very popular. We've got big queues out the door at the moment. It's going extremely well. And a lot of fun. Great atmosphere over there at the moment.
So one of the things I'm really interested in is how you're seeing, number one, for anybody out there who's doesn't have a hands-on lab, what you suggest? This is obviously an area of expertise for you. What do you think for either people coming up or just kind of getting started or wanting to really grow their career in terms of, we obviously have opportunities like this in events to go to an organized one, but what about a home lab? Tell us a little more, what you think?
Okay, so around the labs that you get at shows like this, I mean, the IT players in this space that are really sort of paving the way with labs at the moment, I would tend to suggest definitely VMware. They've been doing it for 7+ years. Their labs are fantastic, so any of you out there that have been to VMworld before, probably set some of the labs there. We've been doing this for the last 3 years, and we're actually working with the VMware NE team this year to help us stand up the front of the labs. Obviously all our architecture and hardware on the back end. So you have events like this where a lot of people can go and attend the hands-on labs. They can get hands-on time with a lot of the products that are announced here at the show. Some of the products there are pre-GA as well, so a lot of engineers always like to get their hands on the latest and greatest products, and that's where these labs are fantastic. That's one type of labs, so you've got the event or the show type of labs. The other type are around more the, you got your geek labs, we're all geeks, right? So we all like to sort of get hands-on time with these products in our own time, and that's the problem. Getting your own spare time is always quite tough, so that's why it's quite good to have a lab environment, so when maybe you get a spare half an hour or an hour that you can sort of jump into it and educate yourself and familiarize yourself with some of the new products. So you've got a couple of choices there. You can either stand up your own labs at home or at your office, for example, and there's a couple of options there that I can discuss if you like, or you can start looking at some of the public cloud providers to stand up your lab environment within there. But obviously there's costs involved with either. Obviously the public cloud lab environments, you can turn it up, power it down again, save yourself a bit of money. It tends to be a little bit more expensive, but if you think you're going to do this long term and it's not just for sitting one exam, for example, a good option is actually having your own equipment at home. So just a couple of options around that. If you're looking at the home option, traditionally what a lot of engineers, people like myself, have done, you tend to buy sort of low-end or mid-range glorified PCs basically, and we call them servers. They're not really, they're just PCs. Try and throw as much memory, as much CPU and as much fast disk in there as you possibly can, and that's what you've done. And for example, in a vSphere environment, you might want 2 or 3 hosts, so you can do things like fault tolerance and DRS and all that sort of cool stuff. But in recent years, with the price of CPUs and memory dropping quite significantly, what a lot of people are doing for home labs and office labs, for example, they're buying a single box, ramping it up with maybe 32 gigs or more of memory, a 6 or 8 core processor, and some SSD in there, so they can actually run nested or virtualized instances of ESX hosts. So you don't have as much equipment lying around home, obviously cheaper to run, quieter and cooler. So just a few options there.
That's very cool. So one of the things I'm really interested in is, what do you see things like the open movement doing in terms of driving next-gen people to have more lab environments? Do you see that as a potential playground, faster training?
Very much so. I mean, for people like myself, I always like to keep abreast of the latest technologies or products out there. So yeah, for me, I haven't had time as yet, but definitely after EMC World now, my weekends and evenings, I'm going to be sort of upskilling myself with OpenStack. One advantage of OpenStack, for example, is around cost. I've always used VMware up to now, and I will continue to do so. Great product. But obviously, evaluation licenses, they run out after a period of time, and obviously OpenStack, slightly different story there, because you can run your labs for a longer period. So in that respect, I can see them sort of gaining traction around that and popularity around sort of home enthusiasts and engineers, for example.
Well, one other thing I like to talk about, of course, is social media. One great way of finding out more information and education. Can you tell us a little bit about your blog? I'm a fan.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. That's very kind. Yeah, blog. I've been a little bit slow recently about updating, so apologies for you that do come to my site occasionally. So I've got a blog at techhead.co. Generally, I focus on anything sort of around labs, hardware, VMware, virtualization, cloud technologies around that. Post EMC World, I'm going to be doing a lot more, so please check it out. I'm going to be getting a lot more content up there. And I do a couple of podcasts as well. So I do the VChat with Eric Siebert and David Davis from Train Signal, and also Data Center Insiders as well. So yeah, love social media, and likewise, always really enjoy following your tweets, and the Engineers Unplugged, absolutely fantastic stuff.
Well, thank you. And I know that for all of you out there, check out Simon's website. It is a great resource. I know you've done some things in the past listing other things that you enjoy seeing. So it's a great resource, not just for all the information Simon's bringing, but also referencing other people, ways that Simon stays informed, because you're actually running the hands-on labs here. So you got to stay current.
It's been brilliant. Yeah. But one last thing, if you don't mind. Can we draw a unicorn?
I think we just have to. Are you ready? It's unicorn time.
I can do this without drawing one. All right. All right. Do you want to start?
All right. Should we do it together?
Okay. Build a unicorn.
Home lab unicorn.
I'm going to do a nose.
Oh, which way are you going? Which way is our unicorn going?
That's the nose.
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Is that the horn?
Okay. Yeah, it's nice in there. Like that.
We're no John Troyer. Oh, wait. I can't quite tell. Is that a... So, well, you know what? The home lab environment is about practicing, so I think we might need to go back to the home lab.
Could be a rabbit with something growing out of its head. I'm not too sure. I have to take it away.
So there you go, and this should show you. Home lab's a great way to practice, and so when you come into an active environment like this, you don't have this happen.
Exactly.
Thank you, Simon. Great talking to you.
Amy. Thank you. Cheers.
And this is another episode of a very special Engineers Unplugged.